stage. It was a kick having him in the class. Great guy. I know you're going to enjoy him. How about a hand for Fred Merrill? Let him know, Fred Merrill.
Thank you. I love Sarasota. It's a great name for a city, but it's also a great name for a child. Think about it. If it's a girl, Sarah. If it's a boy, Soda. If the kid's gender neutral, Sarasota. I'm from Boston, you can probably tell. We don't have the beautiful weather and nice people that you have, but we do have, people have kind of a negative image of Bostonians. They're kind of grumpy and crazy, but they're actually pretty nice people once you get to know them. It may take you 30, 40 years to know them, but they're pretty nice. So I was walking around downtown the other day, and I noticed something about the colors, the colors here in the American flag. There's similarity between the American flag and colors. And if you went to public school in Florida, you'll know the three colors. So what's the color of all the tall white buildings? White. What's the color of your beautiful sky? What's the color of the state of Florida? Sarasota, Florida, red, white, and blue. So I was walking around downtown. I wanted to walk over across 41 to get to the Bayfront Park. And I noticed that you have some seriously wide highways and traffic roundabouts. I call them red state roundabouts because they're big and strong and aggressive. And I was trying to get across the street, and I had to press the button, and the guy waits, and all of a sudden, this Tesla truck pulls up right next to me. And the guy looks at me and he says, "What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to walk." He said, "Get a truck if you want to walk around down here." So a little bit about me. I'm a privileged white male baby boomer. Yep, there's still a few of us around. And actually, we're on a bit of a comeback tour right now, if you've been watching the news. My father's family came from England in the 1640s to Boston, or from Massachusetts. I'm an 11th generation Euro-American. My mother is even worse on her side. She's a member of the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they are some nasty conservative women in need of DEI. So I'd like to leave, and I've been married for 42 years consecutively. That means in a row, to the same woman. So anyway, a couple ideas about improving the world I'd like to leave with you. So I believe the future is female. The future belongs to women. Women are much better prepared to lead us into the future, genetically, biologically, emotionally, all of it. They're the people we need to follow into the future. So think about it. If you've been to a birthday party for 6-year-olds, the boys and the girls, they immediately separate. The boys go out, beat on each other, they're aggressive, pushing each other down, fighting. The girls nicely organize around the table and make art. And later on in life, they like to do puzzles. That's another story. Boys are kind of dim and slow. Girls are bright and complex. And as you age, it doesn't get any better. Men love junk food. Women, gluten-free. Men, one thing at a time, single speed. Women, multitask. They're multi-speed. Men, sports TVs. Women, romantic comedies. And I kind of think it all comes down to the famous Alfred E. Neuman. If it comes to men, Alfred E. Neuman said, "What? Me worry? Not a problem." But women are in a constant state of high anxiety and alert. So that's why they're really better off, So here's a couple ideas before I leave. We should put women in charge of everything: government, business, education, medicine, law, arts and culture, you name it. Put them in charge of everything. I think they're going to be, they're also, put them in charge of sex. They already are in charge of sex. Us hetero males didn't know that, but they are in charge of sex. If you're gay, good for you. You got a chance. So here's kind of my wrap up. If we put women in charge of everything, they can end wars for us. I think if we had women in charge of the military, there won't be any more wars. So just think about this. You put all the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Secretary of Defense, the generals, all the officers, women only. They're in charge of everything, they make all the decisions. So imagine this, that there's a conflict brewing with the Taliban, and we send over our best women officers to the Middle East to talk to these Taliban dudes and figure out, how to solve this. So these women, after they figured out where to hold the meeting, what the hotel accommodations are, and what the menu is, they start the meeting. And they come out flooding the zone, all just a million questions, concerns, conditions, guarantees, things we need to know, just a million things. These Taliban dudes, they don't know what hit them. They just kind of stand there and are flustered, and they put their hands up in the air and they say, we get up. Whatever you want, you got it. We end up. The war's over. Never a shot was fired. Thank you very much.
Fred Merrill, let him know.